I mean, I've finished it before, so it's not really a biggie, but yeah. Xehanart's letter. Please accept my deepest gratitude for the invitation to witness your pupil's accession to the office of true Keyblade Master. It was a heavy mantle our master placed upon your shoulders in naming your successor, but you have nonetheless preserved and raised 2 masters yourself. I know it cannot have been easy. I did you terrible harm in the past over a petty difference in opinion, and just a few years ago selfishly thrust my own burdens upon you. I think of you like a younger brother, and yet, fool that I am, I have never availed myself of countless opportunities to apologize, or thank you for opening your home to the boy. Yet, not once have you blamed me. On the contrary, here you are, inviting me to such an important ceremony. I intend to be there to offer you all my blessings. Our master chooses her wisely. Ours is a bizarrely ironic task, to watch through the light from the shadows. And in the face of that, the warmth in your heart and unfailing dedication to the light impress me to no end. I have taken to wandering the world and see much darkness hiding in the light. Lately, I fear it has taken a turn for the worse. Perhaps Jansit has already told you about the unversed. These flattering emotions derive from negativity, and I can now sense their presence in nearly every world. And on the topic of darkness, we must speak of another matter that concerns me, one related to the upcoming ceremony. When I visited several years ago, your pupil Terra drew my attention. Its power is immense, to be sure, but within his heart I can see darkness just waiting to be awakened. I know this is none of my business, I have reservations about welcoming Terra as a true Keyblade Master without taking certain precautions. A duration examination, perhaps to see if he has the mark of mastery? The choice is yours, and I will humbly respect your decision. Take care. I eagerly await our long overdue reunion. This is referencing so much to the Dark Road mobile game, though. They were friends, Sasha. And I'm sure Xehanart, deep in his heart, is not a bad person. He just... He did some pretty questionable decisions, I would say, you know? Much time has passed since I left the home of my youth behind, and in the mirrored worlds I have since visited, I have gained much knowledge. On these pages, I intend to record a portion of that knowledge and put the course of my life to paper. Upon reflecting, my life underwent the most considerable sea change when I arrived at the place. Yes, it began when I found a master, and another I would later call my brother when I found a new home. Then there was the Keyblade. Purpose was it begotten, and by whom? During my training as one of its wielders, the precepts offered a clear answer. The Keyblade exists so that we who, attached over the light, could protect the world from the shadows. But was that a true answer? Could there not be more to it than that? My heart sought knowledge, and so I sometimes visited other worlds, though such travel was forbidden unless duty required, and found what my heart sought. They were friends. The thing is, I don't want to spoil too much, but like it's from the mobile game, so it's not really that much spoiler because most people are not playing the mobile game. If it wasn't, I truly believe, if it wasn't for the Masters of Masters who planted such thoughts in young Xehanart, this whole thing wouldn't have ended the way it ended, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying the Master of Masters is completely to blame, but I am saying he has a big portion of the way how Xehanart's life and every road he went took place. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Our master instructed us to don armor while traveling between worlds, so that we might shield ourselves from the darkness. But there, in the lanes between, I could feel the force of it, the power. And from then on, I forwent my armor's protection. I had been told the darkness would devour me. What terrors could it possibly hold, so long as I found the strength to control it? The world is vast, and the worlds within the greater world, uncountable. The little island they don't. I also can't read today, I'm sorry. Like little islands, they dot a great ocean between, which keeps them ignorant of each other, uncorrupted. Each world had its own order. Unlike us, they could not know of the world in its entirety, and we were never to enlighten them. I can also just do this, I'm just an idiot. I don't think that's true, because he was a Keyblade wielder before the Masters of Masters. I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 90% sure. He was a Keyblade wielder before that. He met the Masters of Masters after he became a Keyblade wielder. It comes out in September if we're lucky. If there's not another delay, you know? The date is set for September at this point, so let's just hope for that. In ancient times, no such buffers kept the larger world divided. There were no walls of light enclosing each smaller world the way they do today. Nothing prevented one from physically interfering with the next. At that time, the world was filled with light, and the great many Keyblade wielders, but without buffers. The worlds began to squabble over ownership of the light. You see, to learn of the Keyblade's true use, war broke out as much of the Keyblade wielders struggled to lay claim to an almighty entity known as Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts could be described as an aggregate of hearts. Worlds, too, have hearts, just like people. Each world's heart is concealed from sight beyond a hidden door. By gathering all the hearts of all the worlds in a single place, one may complete Kingdom Hearts. And when Kingdom Hearts is complete, it is said the one who opens its door will bring about the creation of the next world. Such a feat is above any human, or to put it a different way, whoever opens that door will be reborn as something far greater than human. Light and darkness are two sides of the same coin. Without darkness, there is no light. The Keyblade wielders' great war over Kingdom Hearts was fought by defenders of the light, servants of the darkness, those who sought to reconcile the two, and those motivated by nothing more than lustful power. A whole spectrum of thought was swept into the conflict, and the worlds that did not go to war found the war brought to them. In the end, the whole world was cast into darkness. That was how the ancient Keyblade war drew to a close. To this day, no one has ever managed to open the door to Kingdom Hearts. Sometime later, the little light that remained in the hearts of the few gave rise to the world we know today. One made of many worlds behind just as many walls, so that the Keyblade war would not be repeated. Who met the Masters of Masters? They are not met him when he was a pupil of his master. I'm not sure who you mean. Nobody else met the Masters of Masters. At present, the lanes and corridors that run between the worlds may only be traversed by us Keyblade wielders, and those who have given themselves over to darkness. As the former, our duty is to cross the chasm between worlds and guard against the latter, whose darkness corrupts and contaminates so that no world need ever be lost again. Few Keyblade wielders remain now. I have heard about a handful of others outside my circle, but the world is vast. More of our kind may be out there. Now, in addition to the realm of light in which we reside, there is also a realm of darkness, the realm between, which connects the two. The realm of darkness is most forbidden. I am told no one who set foot there have ever returned. There are three families of Keyblades: the Keyblades of Light we wield, Keyblades of Darkness, and Keyblades of Hearts. The first and second families differ only in origin. Keyblades of Darkness are found in the realm of darkness, and are counterparts to the Keyblades we use in the realm of light. The third type of key, the Keyblade of Heart, came into existence when the world was reorganized after the Keyblade War. Without this key, Kingdom Hearts is forever beyond a person's reach. Only by gathering together 7 hearts of pure light, hearts completely devoid of darkness, may one forge a Keyblade of Heart and open the door to Kingdom Hearts. And as stated before, Opening this door arguably gives that person control over all words and all people. I have uncovered the Keyblade's ultimate mystery. You see, besides the 3 families of Keyblades, there is another Keyblade. While it may sound the same when spoken, it is notated uniquely. Keyblade. Make no mistake, while it resembles a normal Keyblade, it is something altogether distinct. Keyblades are said to be man-made counterparts to Kingdom Hearts. The Keyblade, however, coexists with Kingdom Hearts. It is only forged when 2 hearts of equal power intersect. 1 heart of pure darkness, 1 of pure light. At the time of its forging, Kingdom Hearts appears. It must be noted, though, that this Kingdom Hearts is special. Unlike the kingdoms brought up unforcibly and artificially through the collection of hearts, this Kingdom Hearts is a perfect and complete union of all the world's hearts. Surely it was over this that the ancient Keyblade War was fought. If so, the wars that divide the worlds today are of little consequences. With the Keyblade, all their hearts could be instantly reunited and the Keyblade War refought. Of course it is. I mean, Stierna literally says Keyblade to the... I sometimes, just for easier, like, differentiation, I name it the Keyblade. But, yeah. It's still the fucking same thing. My brother pupil Ericus thinks only in absolutes. He has persuaded himself that light is the only way, but forgets that light cannot exist without shadow. I believe a balance of light and darkness is what sustains our world, but too much of the darkness has been stamped out, disrupting that balance. Someone must tear down this tyranny of light and reorganize the world around the darkness, which then creeps back in. Ericus and I did not see eye to eye. I left and wandered the world. This was perhaps the first time I felt truly free since that day I departed my boyhood home. But free to do what? I had already shown the mark and became a Keyblade Master. But having been passed over as successor, all that remained to me was the road of teacher. Ordinarily, Keyblade Masters takes pupils under their wings, malleable minds in which to impress the perception of the Keyblade wielder and keep our professional life for generations to come. Was my time drawing to an end, then, after all I had accomplished since casting away the place of my birth? Surely waiting for a quiet death would not do, not when there was still so much I needed to see for myself. Powers, help me, I thought. My body is so old. Yeah, I know, it must be so weird. We Keyblade Masters have special gifts. We can extract the heart, be it our own or that of another. By continuing the cycle, it is possible to remain in the world of the living forever. As a boy, I dreamed of seeing the farthest reaches of the world. If I only went far enough, there had to be a world out there in which no one had ever before set foot. And now I know of just such a world. If I become the first to open Kingdom Hearts' door, I can create a next world in which light and darkness exist in perfect equilibrium. Equality. Let's just say equality. So there I stood, with vast knowledge in one gnarled, dying hand, a newfound purpose in the other. The next step was clear. I needed a new vessel. And that was when I met Ventus and made him my pupil. He were destined to me, and I could sense the potential within him. But the boy was too cunning for his own good. I came to the conclusion he was too frail to serve as a vessel, and decided to use him for a second purpose I had in mind. I would remove the darkness from his heart and split him in two. Then I would have my heart of pure light and my heart of pure darkness. Okay, Claire's! As was to be expected, Ventus lacked the constitution for such an ordeal. I was able to remove the darkness inside him and create Vanitas, a heart of pure darkness. But Ventus drifted into the clutches of sleep. Ventus' heart of pure light and Vanitas' heart of pure darkness. If both could be made strong enough to one day clash, I knew the Keyblade would be forged. But Vanitas took too much of Ventus' heart, and from that fracture, I could see the last of Ventus' light was slipping away. The boy deserved a place to spend his final moments peacefully. And what should come to mind but my own boyhood home? Malax took me there unbidden, and as I stood there on the same beach where I had made my choice so many years ago, I thought, not a single thing has changed. Here in this quiet world, time marches in place. Content that Ventus would find peace here. I started to walk away. But just then, the boy held up his keyblade. The light with him had not died. Ventus and Vanitas were not matched in power. I could not train them together, or Vanitas' darkness would gnaw away that little Ventus had left. Of course, since I needed a place where the boy's light might flourish, the answer was obvious. Arrakis and his absolutes. Considering how he had parted ways, I expected friction, but if anything, Arrakis seemed delighted to see me again. He readily agreed to take care of Ventus. Now I need only wait for the boy's heart to get stronger. I had not visited the second home of mine for some time, and discovered Arrakis had already found 2 pupils of his own. With him one of them, Terra, I sensed something. The boy, though well-intentioned, seeks power single-mindedly, and that kind of hunger is a seedbed for darkness. I had found my vessel. Spoilers for the mobile game? So I'm not gonna spoil out because that was a pretty big story reveal in the mobile game regarding some stuff. So just play the mobile game. The time has come. I have received word from Arrakis that his pupils are to become true Keyblade masters. Terra and Aqua, it will be easy now to lure into the outside world. Or Ventus. I will get nowhere without him. Vanitas can feel some of what Ventus feel, and he says Terra is the key. What do you mean you don't have a phone? We're living in 2022, I'm pretty sure you have a mobile phone. Ventus has loved Terra like a real brother, ever since he let him keep his old wooden keyblade. It seems we have found a loose thread at which we can talk to unravel Ventus' heart. The first step is to get Terra alone. Then we need to Sorry. I mean, you probably have a computer, so please, dude. The first step is to get Terra alone. Now we need to plant the seeds of doubt in Ventus. Let him carry his faint light as he chases his brother into the darkness. Let the darkness make his light stronger. Then let the light deepen the darkness. And where the two finally meet is where the stuff of legends will become real. You can also play mobile games on PC though. That was all of the Xehanort reports. So with that, we have completely completed Birth by Sleep. With all endings and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this. That was the wrong button. We're turning this off. And we're switching to something else.